is time for You Auto Know here on Daytime with Steve Hurley from Stingray Chevrolet.
Your credit score affects almost every aspect of your life, even your car, which is what we are talking about today. Steve, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
How is it that there are some places that say you don't have to have any credit? You can have terrible credit. You will always be approved.
If you put enough down payment into the purchase price of a vehicle, you can finance with just about any credit. Sometimes, unfortunately, that's most of the price of a car.
Right,
and
so
so
you
that does
expect
happen.
to be paying out thousands so you can get that car?
That's right. You're sort of buying your credit, if you will.
So when you see, and a lot of dealers advertise, 0% financing, and so do you have to have a perfect credit score to qualify for that? And what is considered a perfect score by car dealerships?
Well, typically 0%, historically, it used to be you had to be the top credit tier. That's not necessarily the case anymore. Usually one of the top higher tiers, maybe 680, 720 and above to qualify for 0%. But to answer your second question regarding the what is considered really perfect or good credit, that's around your 750, 775, 800 is considered the best credit. And the difference, when you get into those numbers, the difference becomes how much debt you might actually have. If you're over a 750, you have no blemishes on your credit. You just may have other accounts that you still have a balance on.
How come I never see used cars for 0% interest?
You know, once in a while, the manufacturers, we've talked about in the past, manufacturers will have certified used cars, and once in a while they'll run a special, maybe only 36 months, but occasionally that does happen, not very often.
No.
Well, say you have a credit score around 500 or so. Can you still finance a car or lease a car with that kind of credit score?
That's an area that's very misunderstood. If you're in the 550 range, which is a marginal credit, you've not had a repossession necessarily, but you may have some slow pays on your credit file. But you can be a 500, 550. If you have a good down payment or good equity in your trade-in, you can still get a single-digit rate. It's not doesn't have to be 18%. You could get 8, 9%.
Can you really, I've done this, but can you negotiate what your percentage is going to be with the dealer?
Absolutely. Great question. You absolutely can. You can shop your own bank, shop your credit union, shop the dealer. I would recommend it. I highly recommend it because that oftentimes can be set by the dealer depending on, because they get the rate at a certain amount and they can mark up that rate. Now that's limited by the lender, but you should absolutely shop your rate.
So if your credit is marginal, how do you build your credit up in order to get a better rate?
I would say pay your bills, but that'd be too obvious.
Well, sure.
Just kidding. No,
in addition to that,
you want to make sure, obviously, that you're paying things on time. You also want to pay down your balances. One thing that the credit bureaus really like is to see available credit that's not maxed out. So if you have a credit card that maybe has a $5,000 limit, you get that paid down. If you get rid of that credit card, you're liable to have your score go down versus keeping the credit card with that available limit. So, because it shows that you're not maxing out your credit cards, your credit score goes up.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, negotiate.
Yeah, there you
Definitely.
go.
Steve Hurley, thank you. If you have any car-related questions for Steve, you can email him at steve@youautoknow.com. And for more information on Stingray Chevrolet, head to stingraychevrolet.com. And what's the number, Jer?
It is 813-359-5000. Always a pleasure, Steve.
Thank
Good to see you. Thanks.
All right, we'll see you soon, and we'll be right back.